I was like, I really hope they brought my
What we
hat.
forgot to do. We forgot to call them this morning.
Yeah. I knew the alligator would still be here, but the hat.
Yeah, they said
that's still here too.
I found this. What happened? Are we talking about?
Talking about clipping his tongue.
Oh, he did get it done?
No.
No, he has to.
We have to go
an
to
appointment at Children's Hospital.
In Birmingham?
But it's like
Yes, in Birmingham.
It's like an outpatient. Instead it takes like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He said if we do it now while he's little, it's much easier.
Yeah, and he won't even really. It's not going to be as traumatic as birth.
Yeah.
They said had we waited till he got bigger and everything to like hold his head up on his own. Everything
It's
else
harder
would
to
naturally
hold him
happen.
still.
Gotcha.
Anesthesia, all this.
Yeah, I was about to say he would be rolling and thrashing. It'd be about like giving me stitches in my eye.
When I was like 3,
What?
my ears, because I kept my
Really, John?
Infections.
Yeah.
Haha.
And they said that I
Stab
was
yourself in the eye.
Yeah, you stabbed yourself in the
like
eye.
left the room and took off. Yeah, I was like, no, not.
Jumped off a coffee table and impaled yourself on a pencil.
It was a recliner.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I
It
was-
changes depending on which mythology you're following.
And in some mythologies, I was pushed.
And in some mythologies, you fell out of a tower.
Yep.
I got Linda Blair today.
What? Oh. Oh, fun. On the face?
No. Katie had gone to the, was taking a shower.
Wait, hold up. Maggie, do you know who Linda Blair is? The Exorcist chick.
She's a little girl from The Exorcist.
Pea soup.
At least it was milk and not pizza.
Yeah.
No, I was holding him and he'd been being good. He'd eaten and everything. I was just waiting for him to poop and he was doing his face like, I'm pooping. And you hear him go, and I'm like, oh, okay, hang on, let me sit you up. And I wiped his mouth and then he went, and I'm like, oh, good job, buddy, good job. And then all of a sudden, fountain. I'm like, And at first I was like, I can catch it all. I can do
this.
And when I filled up the
Ran through
rag,
your fingers.
it ran through my fingers, got on my jeans, got on the bed. It was under my butt by the time it was over. And what was sad is when I filled the burp cloth up, I was like, oh my god,
What do I do?
oh crap! He's like Bishop from Alien when they
Yeah, exactly.
with the milk white all over his face.
See, every time.
And I went, oh.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who, every time a baby spits up or anything, I'm like, he's
You're
an android. Damn androids. Oh my god. Do you keep up with epic rap battles of history?
I did for a while, but I hadn't recently.
They did Steve Jobs versus Bill Gates. And at the end, the Linux new, it's from War Games. You know that it's from Space Odyssey, 2001: A Space Odyssey. You know that red eye?
Right.
That comes in after Steve Jobs, after he dies, and it's like, I'm better than all of y'all. And it's beautiful. They did,
I like the Jim Henson.
oh yeah, Jim Henson and, Walt
Disney.
No.
Walt Disney comes in.
Yeah, he comes in at the end. It's Jim Henson and Steven Spielberg, I think.
Henson and Spielberg.
Yeah, because they're both the same.
You would have thought it would have been Henson and Stan Winston.
I don't know who that is. The new guy?
No, Stan Winston did like all the creature effects for. He did the Alien, Predator, Terminator, the dinosaurs for Jurassic.
Well, think about it. It's
Harry from Harry and the Hendersons.
Wait, no, it wasn't Spielberg, because Spielberg was in Spielberg versus Hitchcock, I think.
Spielberg versus Hitchcock.
Yeah, in Hitchcock, that one they had like they had Alfred Hitchcock.
I saw the Ninja Turtles versus the Renaissance painters.
They did Goku versus Superman.
That one was awesome.
That would make sense. All right, who would win? Which side are you on, Goku and Superman?
It was Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee and Henson? Okay,
And-
that makes sense.
And then Disney comes in at the end and is like,
I own both of you.
yeah,
bitches.
exactly. And it's really cool how it starts off because they finish their line and they're like, we're both friends, we're both the artists of our generation. It's okay.
They're
And
like, we miss you, Jim Henson. It was really sad.
it was really sweet. and then you hear M-I-C-K-E-Y. It's really cool. But see, I gotta go with Goku just because I believe that he would be able to get Superman away from our yellow sun. And
The guys at work that there was like a day-long discussion going on, and I'm like,
all right,
guys, come on.
and
Every one of them was on Superman's side, and I'm like, screw you guys, I'm voting for Goku.
yeah, I mean, I'm a comic book nerd, and
You just like voting for the underdog.
how is Goku the underdog? He's Super Saiyan.
I think they're comparable.
Yeah, they are the Boy Scouts of their respective, universe.
Goku is Japanese Superman.
It is because he is Son Goku.
He's the whole Dragon Ball is based on a lot of different mythologies in Japan, and Superman's based on the Bible.
The Bible.
So
yeah, flat out.
These are the kind of discussions that would happen if we had a podcast. Have you seen?
All right. So you're really gonna tell me that Jesus is gonna get beat by Buddha over here? Really? You think that's gonna happen?
Have you seen Pokemon Rusty?
Rusty. No. Have you
Kevin-
seen the Twitch Pokemon?
I haven't, but
You can
Kevin
play
tells
that.
me the other day. He says, if you get a few minutes, you need to look up Pokemon Rusty on YouTube. And I'm like, okay. It
Instant.
was Dorkly
Dorkly.
is the name of the channel, but they had done like this series of videos, like 1 to 2 minute long videos, and they did it with the pixel. They
Yeah.
animated the pixels and everything. But it's this kid, and he's setting out to be a Pokemon master. And it starts off with him leaving the house, and he's like, no, he wasn't in Pallet Town.
Oh, really?
He was in some other town that wasn't even on the map.
Ah.
But he's like, today's the day. I just turned 10 years old. I'm going to go start my journey to be a Pokemon master. And his dad's like, oh, no, you're not. You're going to college and you're going to learn to... He's like, no, I don't want to. And he's like, yeah, you're going to stay here and run the family business with me and help me run the deli. Which, by the way, I need you to take this panini over to the professor's house.
What now? Right now?
And so he goes over to the professor's house, and it's Professor Tree.
Of course.
And they end up, he gets to the professor's house, he's like, you study Pokemon, right? And he's like, no, it's just the easiest thing I could get a grant with, so all I have to do is go out and count a couple Pidgeys every now and then I can spend the rest of my time growing pot. And he's like, so you need someone to go out and research Pokemon for you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, sure. And he's like, alright, I'll take this Kakuna as my first Pokemon. He's like, wow, you're really good at this. I thought that was a paperweight.
Pardon. Who would pick a Kakuna or like a Metapod?
Well, it's funny, because in the second episode, he's like, because Red is the name of the kid from the name they want you to choose.
Yeah.
And he follows Red on Twitter. So he's like, let me see what my favorite Pokemon master is up to. And he checks his Twitter, and it's like, uh-oh, this is where I want to be? Okay.
It does say so.
It does say sex. But he says, I just defeated my rival in a Pokemon battle. And he's like, oh, I need a rival. And he says, hey, you kid, you want to be my rival, my Pokemon rival? Sure. So they get into a fight, and the kid brings out his Rattata, or whatever it's called. Rattata.
Apparently.
And he says, Kakuna, use headbutt! And he takes the Kakuna and throws it at the at the Rattata and knocks it out. And he's like, you can't do that, that's cheating!
You know what else is cheating?
I don't want to be your rival anymore.
Recording people without their permission.
No, that's not cheating. How you doing?
Oh no, staring at the camera.
Alright.
My turtle.
I'd like to do one of the tours.
So they put the water, the corn, the sugar, and the copper kettle in the copper kettle, and they set it on these canisters to do. That's actually the stove, and that is where we start actually cooking the candy. So we're gonna cook the candy up to 324 degrees. So when they set the copper kettles on the stove, they set an alarm that sits right above the copper kettles. Now that alarm is set, and the cooks know about how long it takes for the candy to cook. So they will come back and they put a little arm down in the candy. That arm actually tells the alarm to go off for the candy to come in. Now when they make lollipops, they need more than one helper, and the reason for that is because it only takes 30 seconds for the candy to get so hot it can't be rolled into anything. So they need several helpers for that. 1,000 pounds of candy a day. Lots of candy. Now when he gets done with his last meal,
Oh no!
so he's got the candy on the candy bowl.
There you go.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a little bit. If it starts dripping like that, it's usually because it's just a little too hot.
The top.
Back of the conveyor belt there.
Oh, see straight back over there? In those trees? That's the marshmallow that they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that one right there looks like it's got the caramel on it. Oh, there's some with caramel and some with that. Yeah. So I want you guys just to kind of look back there in the corner. That's the chocolate sink that they use. Yeah. So they melt the chocolate in the sink. So and they move down here to this one. Because they're making the little chocolate Easter bunnies today. That's what these ladies are working on. See them on the tray? Now they melt the chocolate in the sink where you saw. They get the chocolate and then they put it in the mold. They make them with a mold. So they pour the chocolate in there and they put it in the refrigerator. When they take them out, they pop them open. And then they got their little bunnies. They're solid and each one of them are made by hand. We make that size and a little bit bigger one, and then we make like a country bunny, small bunny. I think they're like 1.5 ounces, and then see there was one. Oh, see how they package it right in front of us. They put it in the box and they put the little bow tie on it. 2.5 ounces, I think.
Country
We will over time they can flame. We also use the chocolate seeds, and they have like some steel in them. So we just want to make sure there's nothing in the candy that shouldn't be. So everything we run through the metal detector. All those little bunnies, they'll start them here and they're running through the metal detector. They look like little marching bunnies. So when they go through the metal detector and they go through the counter, then they end up right here where these people are actually packaging them up. The lollipops are, so they have to do them by hand. Yeah, she's the chocolate. She's the one that's in charge of the chocolate. She's a nice, I tell them always come. This is House in the Warehouse, so you can't see it unless you look at the TV. So up on the top of the screen, they are making it there. They'll package it up, and then it's the lady right here that has the little red hat on right here. She is actually sealing up the cotton candy. They will box it up, and also that will be taken to the warehouse too.
Who can take a sunrise? Sprinkle it with dew. Dew, you have to pronounce it right. It's not dew, it's dew.
Oh, thank you.
usually wrap?
Yeah, right.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. Hold on, before we.
Oh, you gotta get a big one with the sign out front.
Yeah.
Hang on.
As he tackles a bathroom on your killers. And you will learn how to see the world as it sees it, using a special
must go to the crime scene and examine it with a fresh eye. Tests on the yard's findings.
And the hat collapsed.
I think someone hit it.
You think someone?
Like a worm.
Cory's looking at his conspiracy wall.
He's a madman who murdered his wife and daughter and disposed of their bodies. Tracks were found leading down to the banks of the Thames. The police believe.
This is definitely Cory. Yes. Yes.